Hello, one watcher. It is I, Demise. Music and entertainment here. Housing crash. Real estate crash. What is up, everybody? It is Demise here. Demise Music and Entertainment. Okay. Wakey, wakey. Housing crash. Alright, so it's 2018. It is exactly 10 years since the 2008 financial crisis, in which the bubble popped and thousands of people lost their homes in 2008 due to shady lending practices and a lot of subprime mortgages and all that stuff. I'm still pretty new to this, the housing, but I'm learning every day because one day I want to be a homeowner. I want to be able to have my house. Nothing fancy, nothing big. I just want, somewhere to freaking stay. A lot of people that I know that are maybe in their mid 30s to 40s I don't even know if they have previously, but they are not in a house right now. And I don't know if it's the decisions that they made younger, or if it's the housing prices, or if it just was something that wasn't appealing to them. But I believe that there's ways to go about it and getting your own home and being able to use it as just your everyday place to live, so you're not fucking homeless, or you're not living in a shack somewhere, or living somewhere you don't want to live. You know what I mean? I've been in apartments. I've been in people's houses, and sleeping on couches and shit like that. I've slept in my car a few nights. I've slept on a rooftop of a school, an elementary school, or a middle school, I don't know. Shit like that. And I'm like, you know what? Home ownership, right? Home owning, quote unquote. You don't own it. Like this guy Jason from Boom Bear Bus says, you're not owning the house or the land. You're still a tenant. The real owner is the state and the government. They own that land and the house. But you're paying your mortgage, and when you pay it off, you still have to pay your property taxes every year, utilities, all that stuff, right? I've never owned a home yet, so I'm looking into that. And as of right now, in the city that I'm born and raised in, it is not looking too bright of a future for anybody right now. For some people, yes, but for me and a lot of other people, I'd say a lot, it's almost nearly impossible. But there are some holes that I can see coming. I could feel these holes. You know what I mean? There's only so much that the bubble can take. There's only so much that it can grow and compound and keep going before the house of cards comes crumbling down. You know what I mean? Crashing down, man. You know what I mean? so basically, what up, brother? What up, what up? Long time no see, long time no talk, but thank you for interacting on all the videos I'm posting lately. I'm on YouTube Live right now and Instagram Live. I'm talking about some boring ass shit. I'm talking about housing and how expensive this shit is, the housing market, and how it might possibly crash soon. And if we put our money in the right places, you and I could one day become homeowners ourselves. Ultimately, because a lot of people I know, family members, they haven't owned a home. And I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? You know what I mean? And I'm invest. Yep, exactly. Invest. Um, renting out rooms. Just having somewhere to stay, because I'm fucking sick and tired of. I'm not sick and tired. I'm used to it. I'm comfortable. I'm more comfortable bouncing around from house to house. I'm more comfortable sleeping in places that are not my home, because that's how it's been ever since I was like 14. And then we moved to the south side of San Jose, and then I was in apartments with my mom and her husband. And then after that, they moved to Sacramento area, to Roseville, California. And I was just like, okay, cool. And then after that, taking a risk with nothing to fall back on. Yep. It's risky. It's expensive. Christian, what is up, buddy? What's up, Christian? Okay. Not gonna lie, it is a very, very scary thing, because it's like a big expense, and I don't know, like monthly costs for a house and shit. But check this out. Over like where my mom's husband lives, like kind of by Piedmont and shit, those houses are $1.2 million, but they're not worth that. It's an illusion, quote unquote. It's an illusion. It's an inflated bubble that these fucks. It's not real money. It's all hype. It's all fucking hype. What up, cuz? What up, cousin? Haven't seen you in a while. Good. Nice, Christian. Go out, hang out with people. Doesn't matter. Just don't think about anything. Just go on a nice conversation. Hang out. Like-minded people. What's up, cousin? You know what I mean? And I'm talking about on YouTube, it says housing crash, overpriced houses in San Jose, California. Born and raised in San Jose, California. It's in my heart. I love this city. But at the same time, it's like, I've traveled here and there, nowhere too far. Seattle, LA, Reno, Nevada, Fernley, Nevada, all that shit. San Jose is a beautiful place. That's why I think it's so expensive. Thank you. Thank you so much. He's my baby boy. Christian, I'm on Instagram. Cousin, I still remember when you went up at the Improv. That was phenomenal. You did fucking awesome. I always remember that. Did you ever go up again? Or was that the only time? At the stand-up, the Improv. Only once. That was, oh my gosh, you must have been scared because that was a big ass place to improv. Yeah, my girlfriend's family plays Pokemon Go. And they catch Charizards. No, I don't know. I don't know what these freaking Pokemans are. These damn Pokemans. By the way, Christian, tomorrow I'm gonna probably go to my mom's house, and then when I take my son there, I'm gonna go to the store, buy the Pepsi, Coke, do it right there. That's where I did the cup noodle versus Maruchan video. That was at my mom's house. Like, I was sitting down and the table's right there, and then there's like a little open pantry behind me. That was at my mom's husband's house, whatever, right? So tomorrow's probably going to be the perfect time. I even wrote it down on my freaking hand right here. I use my hand as a notepad. I don't know if you can see. I took a shower, but I wrote it in Sharpie. And I wrote, live stream about the housing crash, possibly. And then live stream housing crash and Pepsi. So I could buy a Pepsi. So I could do the video for you tomorrow, okay, Christian? I was drinking, so it made it easier. Exactly. Cousin, at the Caravan Lounge, I went up 3 times now, 3 weeks in a row. It's small. It's nothing compared to the Improv. So it's easier, but, you know, I'll go up there, have a couple drinks. In 5 minutes, go up and do my shit for 5 minutes. Just talk about stories, basically. I'll never forget, cousin, when you were just like, you're like, yeah, the guy at the bar looks okay. You take a sip, you look at him. After about like a shot, after like the 4th or 5th shot, you're like, what's up? Or some shit. It was years ago. But I always remember that because you pretty much killed it on your first fucking try, too. Oh, so was it your stepdad or your dad that was your mom's husband? 4 more subs. Almost at 900. No, my stepdad. So was it your stepdad or your dad that was it? Yeah, so my mom and my dad were never married. Christian. So it's just my mom's husband is not my dad. It's my brother's dad. And they live together. And that the neighborhood that they live in is nothing spectacular. These homes are built in the early 70s, and they're worth $1.1 or $1.2 million. And at first, I was very appalled by this information. I was very like, what the fuck? How am I ever going to be able to afford this? And it's going to keep going up, and it's going to be $2 million for these little 3-bedroom houses. What the fuck? Excuse my language, you know what I mean? Like, why are these houses $1 million plus when you can get a house in Sacramento that's bigger, nicer, newer for cheaper? But it's the location. The location is prime location. A lot of people are bidding, and a lot of people are... Okay. Caravan, Wednesday nights, cousin. Every Wednesday night. His name is R2. And I walked in, right? Because I was at home, and I was like, all right. Let me see what's up with this stand-up open mic. I want to try it out because why not? And I look, and it's Wednesdays at the Caravan Lounge. His name is R2, and I asked him last night. I was like, "Hey, how long you been doing this?" 5 years. So it's cool. it's cool. It's different. You know, it's a smaller venue. It's not like the Improv at all. You know, it's all free. It's free. You know, and 3 times, and the first time was fucking went really good, and I was like talking just to people in the audience. That's what I try to do now. And then the second time was pretty good as well. But last night when I went up, it was pretty weird. Like the vibe, like certain people did better last night than they did last week. And then when I went up, I didn't do as good as I did last week. So I was like, this is weird. This shit's fucking weird. But that's how music is too. Sometimes we'll go up as a band, or when I go up and do rapping and stuff, and some shows will be really good, and some shows people will just won't give a fuck. So I guess it's just how the vibe is and shit. But last night was a weird vibe for me, and I went up 7 minutes or 6.5 instead of 5. So I finished at 4.5 minutes because I went through my set really fast, talking about how my mom whipped my ass when I was in middle school for forging her signature. And then I blew through it, and I look, and I'm like, oh shit, all right. And then it went on for like 6 minutes, so I had to keep talking about other shit. But it was cool, you know. I kept the conversation going in the bar, and I was talking to people, and I was making people laugh, like telling people like, oh, I used to be a thief as well when I was a kid. You look like a thief. What's your name, buddy? And this guy, whatever. So all I know is that it was a weird vibe last night, but I still went up anyways. You know what I mean? Fuck it. But yeah, basically what I've been reading and hearing a lot lately is that the whole fucking world the whole world is going through a housing crisis right now that is so desperate. In China, the housing prices are so astronomically high in Hong Kong, China, that many people are making McDonald's their resting, so they're sleeping in McDonald's. There's a picture, and there's a guy by the name of Money GPS, and he that's his specialties. He talks about the real estate market, housing, and he said that people are sleeping in McDonald's, and they have pictures of these Chinese people in Hong Kong that can't afford housing. You know what I mean? And then I look here, and I'm in San Jose, California, is one of the hottest markets, right behind San Francisco, and right behind New York. I think San Francisco is even fucking worse. New York supposedly saw a decrease in home value, and San Francisco has yet to see that decrease in home value. I mean, this is the Silicon Valley, San Jose, California. Very hot market. Very, very, very hot market. You have a lot of foreigners, a lot of foreign people that come here with technology jobs, because that's what this city is really, really, that's the gold rush here, is technology. So I see a lot of Indians now, right? Working at Cisco, working at all those places. Technology, Apple, Facebook, Google. So there's a lot of money, and people are flooding in. That means housing is going to raise up and up. So a house that was once $500,000, like my grandparents, and they sold it back in '05 or whatever, is now worth $1.3 million. Okay? And it's insane. And then you got someone that's like me, that I don't I didn't choose to go into technology because I don't want to. And so now what? Now what the fuck is my choice? To stick with what I love, what I'm good at, and what I really believe in, right? That's my choice, my decision. But financially, I cannot compete with these fucking technology people. So when a house goes for 1.3 million, they're all fighting for that house. They're all going to outbid each other till it's 1.5 million, 1.7 million. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to keep going up and up. And it's kind of sad in a way, because at the end of the day, doesn't matter. We're not entitled to anything. Doesn't matter where you're born anymore. It's just like, fuck it. Get in. You got money. Capitalistic society. Capitalism, you know what I mean? And money talks and bullshit walks. If you're not making money, you're not going to be living where you want to live. But on the other side of that, it's pretty fucked up, because quote unquote American dream is possibly go to college, work, and housing should be a fourth of your take-home pay or a third of your take-home pay. So if you make $2,000 a month, your housing should only be a third of that. Okay? Whatever happened to that fucking shit? Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to being able to pay off your house within 7 to 10 years with a 15-year fixed interest mortgage? You're still able to pay it off. I was talking to my grandma. They live in Nevada now, and I was like, I asked her, I said, what was it like back in the 80s, like the mid 80s, when you bought your home, the one that is now worth 1.2 million or whatever? And she was like, it was amazing. There wasn't as many people, obviously, back then. Population was smaller, and there wasn't as many houses yet, and there wasn't as many people coming in from other countries yet. So that's one factor. Secondly, she said the houses were affordable. You can work, honest living, and it was pretty much, you can pay off your home, the American fucking dream, and you can raise a family comfortably, working, right? And I think that greed, credit, and just pumping that balloon up and up and up, and just seeing how far you can put the freaking deck of cards up, that is gonna tumble, because it's just fucked up. I mean, it could keep going up. In the city of San Jose, the house prices can keep going up, and the jobs can keep coming in. That's possible. Some places, I guess, the real estate market crashes, and other places it doesn't get affected as much. But what I'm saying is, speaking from the heart, when I'm not speaking logically, zoink. What up, brother? Good conversation, brother. Good conversation. No emojis this time. No emojis, goddammit. I was saying that basically it's like the stack of cards. A cheese boy go over here. What kind? Homemade or an In-N-Out? It's like the stack of cards is getting built, and people are seeing how far they can get with, like, the real estate people. They want to make a good commission, and they want to make a good amount of money. So they're just like, hey, let's keep the bid war going, and let's keep inflating these house prices. That's why the house built in 1973 in the neighborhood that I'm talking about, the house is $1.2 million. Okay? but it's almost like illusion, right? And everyone's kind of on a high right now, and once the everything starts coming down and housing sales slow down, everything starts freezing up. People start getting scared because they're like, oh my God, the equity of my home is going down when it was once at 1.2 million. And then people start getting scared, start wanting to sell, I guess, right? I've never owned a home, not yet. And that's why I'm waiting for the market to cool off. Because when you see that house go for 1.3 million, and you're looking and you're like, okay, in the city of San Jose, California, where, born and raised, that's not my interest, is to fucking go into technology. So that's the competition. They're going to keep fighting each other over that and keep bidding it up and up. And the real estate people are like, yes. There might be some cracks, though. There might be some fucking holes in that boat that might sink. Like people in over their heads thinking that the housing prices are going to keep going up, or thinking that the jobs are really, really here to stay, or thinking that we're not going to go into a recession. You fucking asshole. And it seems I can feel it, and from these videos that I'm watching, I'm just kicking back. I'm just kicking back, saving money, doing what I love right now, just kicking back and watching, because there's something going down, and possibly the housing, overpriced houses and all this stuff, the house of cards that is building up so high will just fucking knock down. The dominoes will all come down, like in what happened in 2008. Predatory lending. They were giving minorities, right? They were going to minorities and saying, all right, you want more money in your pocket every month? And they would go to all the ghettos and shit, right? And they'd give them a refinance. So they're like, all right, you're paying $1,000 a month for your mortgage to a minority person, like a black or a Mexican person, right? And then they'd be like, I got an idea for you. My name is Steve. We could refinance your house, and we'll give you this. So we're gonna sign this dotted line, sign right here, and then you're basically gonna be signing a brand new refinance. So your house payments won't be $1,000 a month anymore. It'll be $900 a month. But in the fine print, what they didn't tell those minority people was that in a year or two, that percentage of interest was not fixed anymore. It was a floating one. So then people that thought they were saving $100 a month, a year goes by, and then they'd be fucking paying way more, because they're like, wait, why am I having to pay $2,000 a month now? And they didn't know that the person that told them to sign lied to them. Didn't lie, but they did not include that, oh yeah, by the way, we're changing your fixed rate to a floating rate interest rate. So when they would have just been paying $1,000 a month until the house was paid off, then they would have to pay what the market was going up and down. So the market kept going up, and they're like, oh my God, instead of paying $1,000 a month, now I'm paying like $2,000, $3,000 a month. And they got scammed. Totally scammed. And if that happened in 2008, that could happen in 2018. So there's little things going on that we are not fully aware of, but I'm watching out, because there's snakes in the grass everywhere you look. There's snakes everywhere, man. There are snakes ready to catch you. Predatory lending. Punjabi. Telling you guys, not a conspiracy theory, but it's just what happened in 2008. You know, like uh, telling a minority person or someone that's just old, right? They were doing it to old people too. Didn't matter what color of the skin, a white person. And there you go, and they'd be like, hey, Mr. So-and-so, you know, you can refinance your house, and you can save a couple $100 a month. Just sign right here. And then that old person or that minority person, the people that these snakes were preying on, they'd sign and be like, oh, thank you so much. This is cool. I refinanced my house. I'm saving $250 a month. But they didn't know that what they signed was to change their fucking fixed rate interest rate to a freaking floating interest rate that would fluctuate with the market. That's effed up. And I think that's why San Jose and the whole globe, I think that's why the housing prices are so high. I think the housing prices are so high in San Jose, California, and in the world, but especially in San Jose, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and New York, is because of stuff like that. People getting rich quick, and bidding, having the house prices be bid up super high, and selling a illusion, selling a big facade that, look, these house prices are going to keep going up. And they might not. You never know. It's a risk. It's like a stock, I guess, right? Or it's like gambling in a way. You know what I mean? All right, cousin. Love you. Haven't seen you in a while, but Wednesday, check it out. Wednesday night. Direct message me anytime. And you know, it's on my mind right now because I'm looking forward in 4 or 5 years time to finally just become a home owner. And don't fall for the illusion, folks. Don't fall for the illusion. You don't necessarily own your home. You're just a long-term tenant of the state and of the government. You could say conspiracy or whatever, but it's the truth. You don't own that land. You know, it's Californians. California, the state of California's land, and it's ultimately the government's. So you get benefits, you get tax write-offs, but you have to pay property tax as well. And you know, here's the one thing I wanted to say too. I'm glad I remembered is I do not want anything spectacular. I do not want a mansion. I do not want something out of my means. I don't even want fancy bushes or nothing like that. You ever see those houses in Florida where it's just like a 2-story house, but not too big, but it's kind of new, or like in Southern California, you see those houses where it's like, 10 years old, 12 years old, light colored house with the palm trees, like maybe like a nice medium-sized palm tree in the front, and it's just grass. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want a fucking mansion. I don't want a backyard pool. I don't want none of that shit. I don't want a marble floor kitchen and extravagant tile. I don't want none of that shit. What I want is a nice, preferably 2-story home, which is going to have the front lawn with a palm tree right there. Nice little palm tree. And just a little area for when it's family and friends are over. We're cooking on the lawn right there, under the palm tree. We're having freaking martinis. We're having freaking cervezas. We're having tacos, ceviche in the summertime. Kids are fucking playing over here, playing over there. Okay? Simple. And that's not $1 million fucking home. I don't care what you say. It's it's $1 million home right now. When you think about it, it's really not, because when you factor in the wood and the nails and the windows and all that stuff, it costs a certain amount. Average home building costs is roughly around like $200,000 to $300,000 depending on the market. And as of right now, it'd probably be like close to like probably $400,000 to build a house, I guess, right? And to build a house that I'm talking about, it would probably cost $400,000 to make. And I'm like, it doesn't, the math does not make sense. But what does is the location. Because there's more resources in San Jose, California. There's more resources, there's more jobs, there's more shit like that. Therefore, the location, not the house, the location is $1.2 million. So I'm trying to wrap my head around this, guys. I'm losing my freaking marbles. But what I have my vision on, what I have my mind on, and what I want to work towards, and what I want to be coming home to every day is what I just described. I don't need fancy ass marble floors. I don't need super nice window panes or chandeliers. I don't need that. What I want is nice, simple front lawn taken care of, palm tree in the front, couple palm trees in the back, and just a fucking nice vibe. You know what I mean? Nice vibe. Have some family living in there. You know what I mean? Leading by example. Showing that, hey, this is how it's done. My grandma did it. My grandma Norma did that for us. You know? And ultimately, she was like, I'm going to sell this house because we weren't doing our part. We weren't helping pitch in that much. And it was, you know, I should have pitched in more, whatever. But now my grandma, she's like, screw it. I don't have to worry about that house anymore. She sold it, got her money. She's like, woo! You know what I mean? And that too as well. Like, you can always, after, sell the home and you can either gain a little bit of money, you can lose a lot of money, or lose a little bit of money. So these are all things that I'm looking forward to learning more about. I'm not even close. On a spectrum of like 1 to 100, 100 being like 100%, and 0%, I'm at like 2% right now. So I need to keep reading, researching, talking, and just watching the market. Watching the market, because 2008 was one of the worst economic crises. It was one of the worst economic downturns of all time. And there was people who knew. There was people like the movie The Big Short. He said, all these mortgages are faulty. They're going to go down. Thousands of people are going to lose their home in the United States. And guess who else knew it? The people that were the snakes. The people that were causing all this. They knew too. And that's why they cashed in and got out. Cashed in and got out. And guess what happened? They got a slap on the wrist, and the banks bailed out those. The government bailed out those banks. And other banks bailed out. It's a big ass fucking scheme. Just like the credit cards, it's a big ass scheme. They try to get you, man. Like Dave Ramsey says, it is the most marketed product ever, credit cards. And they will market you to the death. Some lady, they put their dog's name to just to see what how soulless the credit card companies are. And the dog, it's a dog first and foremost. The dog died it was dead for a year, and then she was still getting mail from credit card companies say the dog's name was Spot, and then they're like, oh, Spot Smith, like say the owner's name was like Steve Smith, and the dog's name was Spot Smith. The credit card companies were still sending the dog offers. So it sounds retarded as fuck, but trust me, it flies over people's heads. It really does. It almost flew over my head. But I was like, wait a minute. I don't believe anything. I never have since I was a kid. I don't believe anything at all. I just go like, fuck it all. Like, I really have to see. And then I look back later and I'm like, oh, I knew that was a fucking scam. I knew that was a fraud. I knew that wasn't gonna work. I knew that person was a piece of shit because I just float through life with that in mind already. You know what I mean? Like, oh, these people are sending me these credit cards, and I look and I'm like, why? Like, why are there so many different? It's not free. No one's coming up and just being like, here's $100. So it's like, why are credit card companies giving you free money? Here's a $5,000 because there's an incentive. They want to make interest off you. They want to accrue some interest off you. They want you to pay. They want you to use their $5,000 like an Italian loan shark over here, and then you end up having to pay them a little more interest. That's how they make their money. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's all depending on us, like if we can handle that, if we're smart enough. And, so overpriced houses. Okay, where I live in San Jose, California right now, like I said, home built in the 1970s, in the mid-70s, is $1.2 million. It's not the house necessarily, it's the location. And on top of that, you have a lot of people with high incomes bidding for the house. But with that said, I really believe that there is some holes in this gigantic Titanic ship that is holding up all this credit. Because it's all basically just false numbers, it seems like. And it's all word of mouth type, people helping other people out. I know that certain communities do that, helping each other out. And like, I know, imagine a real estate agent is like, okay, check this out. I'll fucking get this house for you over this other family because you're my particular race, and so I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna get this for you so we can kind of start taking over this neighborhood. And a bunch of little faulty shit. They can't not be. That can't not be a factor in there. That has to be. Because when you're dealing with snakes and big money like that, there's definitely snakes everywhere. And let them have at it. That's why right now I'm just kicking back, letting my credit score go up, till I have a fucking nice, high fucking credit score. Okay? I'm up there. Up like fucking 800. Then, when everything comes crashing down and the boat carrying the fucking snakes are fighting over each other. You ever see that image where the two snakes are both dead fighting each other? And it's a meme now, and they're like, when you put two snakes together, they'll fucking kill each other. Literally, like they won't help each other out. They'll just connive each other to death. Like they'll fucking just kill each other. Now that is nature, but this is everything's nature. It's all fucking we're all animals that just consider ourselves smarter just because we can talk and communicate, I guess. But we're no different. We all procreate. We all fucking get our fucking sex on and shit and reproduce like everything else. Basically, when the ship of snakes they're fucking killing each other and they're dying and sinking and everything levels off, and after the flames have settled and the ash is away and after the fucking smoke clears, the ones who didn't fall for the fucking facade will be here and we can pick up where it fucking left off. That's what I'm saying, man. That's why I still create the music I create. That's why I still go up and do the open mics. That's why I do these videos. And that's why I fucking chill with the people I do. Because we are not for the get rich fucking quick scheme. We are not for the get fame quick scheme. That shit doesn't fucking matter. I'm not going for the low fucking hanging fruit with bugs infested in it and shit. I'd rather work, build the foundation underneath. A fence that goes up fast will fall down just as fast. A fence that takes time to build and you're fucking putting the down deep in there, hammering it down, taking care of it, making sure, testing it out, that will stay up forever. Forever. It is tough because a lot of people want quick results. Like when in San Jose, California, when those dudes won the lotto, a lot of people were like, shit, you know, it just makes you just, fuck, man, that could have been me. That could have been me and shit. Me, I don't think like that necessarily. I try not to because I go, hey, that's awesome for them. But, you know, good luck. Hopefully they don't do the mistake like the MC Hammer type shit. Like MC Hammer getting rich and losing it all just as fast because mentally you weren't ready for that. And or fame or some shit like that. When you are bombarded with paparazzi, bombarded with people that don't really care for your true insides, they just care about social status or something like that, you can become very lonely very quick or very fucking depressed or lost, big-headed. So, as far as the housing prices in the world, New York, supposedly, right, from the videos I've watched and the podcasts I've listened to and all that, New York has seen a decrease in home prices. I applaud to that. We need that. It's not fair. It's really not that fair to the quote-unquote Americans. You know what I mean? A lot of people bought homes in Cupertino because Apple, De Anza College is right there. It's a good place to raise a family. A lot of foreign investors bought homes cash. Okay, it's fair because they have the money. So, of course, a real estate agent in Cupertino would be like, here you go, buyer from China. You get this house because you're putting down 50%. That's a lot of money for that real estate agent. And they make a fat commission off that. But you see what that does to the overall American person or person that even came here legally that's trying to live the American dream. That outprices them. That outprices someone here legally trying to make a living or someone born here. And that's pretty fucked up. But it's fair and unfair. It's a double-edged fucking sword. They have the money. The foreign investor has the money to buy the house cash. Not all cash, but like put a fat down payment. But it completely excludes majority of the people that can only put down 5, 10, 15 to 20% on a $600,000 home, which are now $1 million homes. And it's not $1 million home. Let me rephrase that. It's $1 million location. Not the home, it's the location. So, I'm telling you guys, man, like all this research, because I was very frustrated for a while and I was very mad and angry. I was like, this is fucking crazy. But when you fear and you get mad, it's because you're fearful and it's a threat to you. So it's a threat, you know. I'm like, how the fuck am I ever gonna afford $1 million home? Why are these houses $1 million? You know, it's a threat to me because I have a girlfriend and a son, and I'm like, this is not cool. How am I ever gonna provide for them? Are we gonna be homeless one day? But instead of getting fearful and mad, what I should do and what I did do. Oh, what up? Talking about YouTube, talking about housing prices and how high they are and stuff. And basically what I was saying was, if it's a threat to me, seeing these $1 million homes in San Jose, knowing this is my home, knowing this is where I was born and raised, I love it. I'm not entitled to shit. I don't deserve anything. No one deserves anything. You should all be able to work for it. That's why I'm saying foreign buyers, it's fair and unfair. They have a lot of money, so they're going to buy up that houses and leave everyone else that can only pay 20% out. It's just the way of the world. Is money rules, right? And so I have to look at it and be like, all right, why are these houses $1.2 million? Why? I'm looking at the house. I'm like, it doesn't look like a $1.2 million house. Do my research, read podcasts, videos on people that know what they're talking about, talking to people that are in real estate. And it's come on, you know, it's the location. That's it. But for my dumbass, I didn't know that shit. I don't fucking know nothing about this. No one ever taught me, so I have to learn myself. And I learned not to react, but to, you know, learn. Get in it. Get my hands dirty. Because the easy thing is to get mad and walk away. The hard thing to do is understand. I don't want to fucking understand why. I just want to look and be like, this is fucking astronomical. But what I do is I say, shut up, put your fucking pride aside, put your ego aside, and your anger and your fear aside, and go learn. See why. Maybe there are some holes to this whole fucking thing that you can witness for yourself and you can see what's going wrong. Just like a game, or just like a puzzle piece, or just like an argument, or just like anything in life. You can see and be like, wait a minute, okay. There's something that's going to crack soon. Am I going to be prepared? Or am I not gonna know what to do and just keep being mad at everything and keep being worried and fearful? No, strategize. Know that it's not the house, it's the location, and that maybe there's a little bit of facade illusion and overly priced credit going on. Okay? Because if it's just the location and not the house, that means that the house price can go back down to, what is it called? Build value or whatever. So like I said earlier, if the house is cost $400,000 to build, then the house, that's how much the house is really worth. It's not worth 1.2 million, but the location is. So I'll keep fucking saying that over and over just so I remember, because I'm stupid. But the cost to build, I guess, right, would be 400,000. I mean, it can't go under. In 2008, that's what happened. People were in over their heads and were like, what the hell? I signed up and we're at a booming market. Booming market. Everybody was making money. Everybody was buying houses. But when they all realized that it was all fake and that a lot of people couldn't afford these mortgages that they were given and they didn't put any down payments, banks were like, we gotta take these homes back. Foreclosures everywhere, taking homes back because people couldn't afford what they signed up for, and the house was worth less than what they owed. So say the houses were selling for like 500,000, I guess in 2008, the houses were selling for 500,000, but when everything tanked and when all the mortgages were basically sold off and written off and the economy went down because it was all fraudulent and everyone was exposed, the people that signed up for the $500,000 houses had to pay that off. And they're like, oh my God, my house is only really worth $200,000, but I owe $500,000 on it. And everyone thought the housing market was done. They were like, fuck. So that's why the foreclosures happened. Because people were like, I can't sell this house and make any money. I'm going to lose $300,000. Dinky sling. And 10 years later, there are similarities. So like me and my brother were just talking about on the phone. I was telling him, I'm like, I'm just kicking back, smoking a cigar, letting my credit score go up, building my nice little nest egg right there with the savings, my music, all the shit, just building it up, watching the snakes. The boat of snakes is going by. Brother, I was saying, like that one meme with the two snakes that killed each other, and someone's like, see what happens? Two snakes kill each other type of shit. It's like, it is kind of true in a way. It is true, like the boat of snakes, they're all just going to kill each other. They're just going to all fucking die. And when the smoke clears and when the fucking ashes settle, I'll be kicking back with my high credit score and with my savings and all the music and all the shit I made. And I'll be like, now is my time to live the American dream. Become a homeowner, quote unquote own. You don't really own the home. It's actually the state of California's, and it is the government's. You don't own the land. You're just a long-term tenant. Basically, that's what's funny, because the property tax and all that shit, you're going to have to be paying a lot. And I'm not talking out of my ass too much, but I kind of am at the same time, because I've never owned a home. But this is information that I've read about, I've listened, and I've met people that are in this industry, and this is what, there's snakes in every fucking industry. And as of right now, it seems like the high house prices are due to a couple of snakes here and there, couple of greedy people here and there, but mainly debt. I didn't even fucking mention that yet. It's the credit debt, the debt that is so high hanging over people's heads that I believe that it'll pay off later on. But in 2008, that is where they went wrong. We need to start over. We need to refresh this whole fucking facade and illusion and game, because that's really what life really is. It's a money game. It's like Monopoly. It's like, you know, you cannot take it with you to the grave. You can. You actually can. You can take all your cash with you to the grave. Take it with you. Fuck it. Prove people wrong. Take fucking $500,000 cash. Take it with you underground and die. Or die. Take it with you in your casket. And then have your last saying and just be like, I proved you all wrong. You can take your money to the grave. Right? That's fucked up for your family. But all I know is that, yes. Hey, Bravo. When you coming back, baby? Are you gonna stay out there in Oregon? Cause you know Diesel's back. You're moving back? Are you really? No mames. No mames. Diesel's whack. Really? Why? For moving back soon? Too soon? Oh shit, baby. Okay. September what? That's actually fucking like right around the corner. Tell us when so we can play a show at the fucking Caravan, baby. Okay? Hey, Bravo. I've been doing some open mics. Stand up. Remember I told you to do it? I did it 3 times. 3 times. It's on my YouTube channel over there. 3 times open mic. I shat myself on stage. I was so nervous. I cock out of my pants. Okay, Bravo. This shit's running out of time. 23 seconds on Instagram Live. I don't know. They're gay. Get up on stage, start doing some stand-up because you're fucking funny. Out. Well, alright. Tells the same joke 3 times. The first time he tells it, everyone laughs. Second time he tells a few laughs. Third time nobody laughs. Why is that we can't continuously laugh at one thing but cry for the same reason over? So yeah, guys, I really just came on here to vent. Christian, what happened to you, buddy? You freaking choked on your noodles? I'm almost out. It's already 10. I've been on here for an hour and 6 minutes. Coke versus Pepsi. I gotta do that video tomorrow. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. I gotta do it. As far as the housing prices in San Jose, I have not seen a... there was... Okay, so I saw one thing. It was $799,000 for a 4-bedroom, 1-level house. And I looked, and it wasn't in the best location. And I was like, all right, cool. But if it was in the other area, it'd probably be worth $1.2 million because it's such a hot market. It's a hot area. But once the snakes get exposed and all that stuff, we will see everything cool off. Don't make emotional decisions, people. Make smart decisions. Invest wisely. Whether it's music, passion, becoming a mechanic, or whatever it is. All right. Out.